Awesome. Good morning. It's Monday morning. It's about 10 o'clock. We are doing our live webinar to launch the Net Zero Challenge Austin. It's a fantastic build opportunity with a lot of science behind it. It's a district-wide competition. And we're going to learn more about that today from Minecraft Education. The webinar that we have is being recorded. So it will be recorded and then placed back on our district website. You will find at the bottom of your Zoom page there, or maybe at the top, but there is a QA button. You can click the QA and ask questions, but we will answer those questions at the end, but we will gather up those questions as we go. Participants, your video is not seen. There should not be any chat set up. So this will be, the QA will be your opportunity to be able to give questions and feedback there. So we'll get this going here. I'm really excited. We've been working for since last fall on getting this challenge going. This is a global challenge, as I like to think of it. And the team presenting this morning has been instrumental in providing just a ton of goodness for the students in Austin ISD. So today we're going to have two engagement managers. We have Aria and Morgan, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves more as we go here, but they're going to lead us in this presentation, and I'll come back on the end for more answers and questions, whatever you have. So y'all take it away.
Thanks, Howard. We're so happy to be here to launch a Net Zero Austin Challenge with you all. My name is AISD. I'm joined with Morgan. We both come from the Minecraft team, and we're based out of Seattle, Washington. I'm going to share my screen. We have a small presentation to go through with all of you, and one video that will hopefully be able to share with you all the information you need to get started. I'm just going to share my screen. I'll go into full screen. Now, before we begin, there is a little bit of housekeeping that we need to do. First of all, to share the agenda for this presentation for those watching now and also on demand, we're going to quickly review just how to get Minecraft Education Edition. We're going to go through the challenge overview, including the prompt that students will be designing for, and then we'll walk through all of our resources and support materials as you get started in your classroom. For educators who are using Minecraft for the first time, on the challenge website at bit.ly.netzeroaustin, you can find all instructions to log in. But basically, every student and educator at Austin ISD has Minecraft Education Edition. It will result in you doing two things. One, downloading the software, and two, logging in with your Austin ISD credentials. If there are any questions about this, please put it in Q&A, and Howard, myself, Morgan will help with answering them. One thing that we wanted to share on this call was the Austin Net Zero Challenge video. And this video demonstrates actually everything step by step in terms of how to get started. Now, some of you on the call may have seen it before, but it's a good one. It's a good video resource that demonstrates everything that you need to know for the challenge. So I'm going to play it in just a second. I'm going to go on mute as well. Okay, I'll see you in a few.
Hello, educators and students of Austin. We're excited to have you participate in Net Zero Austin, a new citywide Minecraft build challenge where you will have the chance to craft solutions to create a more sustainable Austin and help preserve our growing city for current and future generations. By making important changes today to reduce greenhouse gas emitting activities and actively replace them with clean ones, Austin has big plans to reduce its overall carbon footprint as part of its goal to equitably reach net zero community-wide greenhouse gas emissions by 2040. Right now, on-road transportation is one of our largest sources of emissions. How Austin residents move around our city greatly impacts our community-wide emissions. The cities with the most successful transport and mobility strategies are people-centered. By prioritizing people rather than cars, cities can build a future where most people could travel on foot, by bike, or by shared transport, and make sure that other remaining vehicle trips are made using zero-emission vehicles. Net zero is our best chance for a sustainable future. How might we think about Austin's transportation system differently to meet the needs of all of our community members and reduce our dependence on cars? In Minecraft Education Edition, your challenge is to design the future of our city's transportation and net zero strategies. Use modern technology to responsibly deploy your concepts that will add to the mobility options used throughout Austin. For example, bike lanes, sidewalks, other walkways, buses, and roadways. Visit the Austin ISD challenge page for additional resources and ideas. These could help your team develop your plans and design concepts that would make for a better Austin tomorrow. Any student in Austin ISD can participate in this challenge. Let's show you how to get started. If you don't already have Minecraft Education Edition on your device, you'll want to go ahead and download it. You can refer to the Austin ISD challenge page to learn how to install the app on an AISD or personal device. After you have the app downloaded, you will use your Austin student email to log in. Now we are ready to get started building our future of Austin. Let's download the custom Austin world we will be building in. Go to the Austin ISD challenge page and download the Minecraft world file. When you open the world file, Minecraft Education Edition will open, and you will be ready to begin preparing and start working on your project. Working in groups of up to 5 students, explore the world and talk to the NPCs, or non-player characters, to learn more about the challenge. They will guide your team through the city of Austin, and lead you to the build plate where your team will build the solution in Minecraft. Remember, the immersive reading tool in Minecraft can have the text read aloud for you if needed.
Sustainability is a core value of the city of Austin.
It is important to remember that the challenge is to develop transportation and net zero strategies. There are useful resources shared by the in-game NPCs, as well as on the Plan and Build page on the Austin ISD Challenge page. Your research will help your team make a plan for your build. Teams will spend time building out their solution to our sustainability challenge in Minecraft Education Edition. There are hundreds of different blocks and items to build within creative mode. The limit is truly your imagination. Feel free to add features such as slates and boards, or even non-player characters to your build. When your team completes the build, a submission video will need to be made using Screencastify. Don't forget to review the challenge rubric to see what the judges will be looking for. Your team will be creating a 2-minute screen recording and voiceover of your Minecraft build. Make sure to explain to the judges the problem you aim to solve, what your vision is, and how your solution will have an impact for the city of Austin. For complete directions, open the Austin ISD challenge page and select Submit Your Challenge. You will then be taken to a page of directions on how to install Screencastify, record, and export the video. Let's see how to create this screen recording and voice tool. We suggest using Screencastify to create your video. Start a new video recording using the Screencastify extension and make sure you select the application window for Minecraft Education Edition before starting the recording. Show and tell us all about your sustainable build. When you are done, press the stop button. Export your final video as a .mp4 file and upload the file to your Google Drive. Use Google Drive Share to send the file to your teacher, and make sure your teacher knows your build team name, names of your team members, and a short 2-sentence description of your video. There is a short video on the Austin ISD Challenge page that shows how to share your team video with your teacher sponsor. Now all that is left is to ask your teacher sponsor to submit your entry using the Google form. Teachers will submit student team presentations and share finalist results after judging concludes. After your work has been reviewed by the City of Austin, you will be notified if your submission has been chosen to be a part of the winning highlight reel. Good luck and happy crafting! We can't wait to explore how each and every one of you imagines a better Austin, Texas for everyone.
Awesome. I hope you enjoyed that video as much as we did with Howard building it. The Net Zero Challenge is a global series of challenges. Austin, New York, and Stockholm are part of a first edition of challenges to combat the climate crisis. And the challenge goals are simple. They're to educate everyone on actions they can take to combat the climate crisis by engaging students in designing and building solutions for climate resilience and actions. And by doing so, we're amplifying their voices to city leaders. So we're actually taking those final videos and presenting them in front of an audience of mayors. And the challenge is also an opportunity to celebrate student success and bring attention to their ideas by giving them a platform to showcase their ideas. And in this case, engaging the city leaders to choose student winning submissions and designs. The next slide is all about the challenge. The focus around achieving net zero community emissions is important for every city. And Austin has a very strong climate action plan to reach these goals. And so with Howard, we had a chance to select a prompt that was most meaningful for students in Austin. And the focus comes around reducing dependency on cars and building a human-centered transportation system. And so the challenge prompt is as follows: how might we think about Austin's transportation system differently to meet the needs of all of our community members and reduce our dependence on cars? Your challenge is to, in Minecraft Education Edition, design a modern transportation system for the city of Austin that meets the city's net zero goals by the year 2040. And so how does this work? Students either individually or in teams of up to 6 will need to research, plan, and work together to build their sustainable solutions in Minecraft related to that prompt. Students will then need to script and creatively capture their in-game creation and share their learnings and proposed solutions. Afterwards, as seen in the video, they'll need to submit their video to the submission form. All of this information and more can be found by rewatching that full video, but also reading the challenge details at the challenge website, which is listed on the screen. On the challenge website, you can find everything from challenge rules and guidance, but also how to submit, and also specifics around login details, etc. I'm going to actually go and navigate over to the website and have it open, just to give you a sense of what you can find down there. And so Howard's built this amazing resource for you to find everything that you need to for the challenge, including when the challenge opens, which is on April 11th, when the challenge closes, which is on the 13th, how to submit, where to find all the support resources and research resources are all on this page. Howard, I'm going to pause here. Is there anything you want to add on to that's important for Austin ISD staff that's on this page?
Yeah, considering that right now this is being viewed by teachers and students, staff should be aware, try to make sure that it is very clear. This is not a replacement for activities in the classroom that you already have planned, curriculum that you have. So this is designed for staff to be able to support students regardless of your knowledge of Minecraft, but just support and providing some of these resources and submitting at the end. For students, this will be something where you will work mostly probably outside of the class day or some open period with a team of your own choosing. But yeah, all of the details we'll go over a little bit clearly. That website NetZero or bit.ly/NetZero Austin is a district website, and it has all the details on that. Thank you.
Perfect. And also on that page is additional resources for student research that Howard's added. And you can also find the Austin ISD world. And so over the last, feels like 2 months now, we've had a chance to work and build a recreation of a particular part of Austin that you and all of your students are familiar with. And so students will have a chance to navigate through the Texas Capitol and meet some notable non-player characters that will help them on their journey to a build plate, which is an open area for students to build. And within that build plate, there's also some other notable landmarks in Austin to explore around, but also it's an opportunity for students to build not in a normal world, which is just blocks of grass, but actually in their city. And so the goal is to design those solutions and have it integrated into what looks and feels like home. I'm now going to pass it off to my colleague Morgan to share all about the educator resources and the challenge rubric.
Thanks, Aria. If you could pop to the next slide, that would be great. Awesome. Hi, everybody. My name is Morgan. I am also an engagement manager on the Minecraft education team. So really excited to walk you through all the resources that have been created for you as an educator to be able to leverage throughout the challenge to support your students. And for the students listening, there's quite a few resources for you as well, whether you are participating, outside of class time. We wanted to share some resources for you to be able to leverage. So the first thing, as Aria and Howard have already mentioned, just want to reiterate, you're able to download the world, and that would be the first thing that we would recommend doing after you've gotten familiar with the challenge details, the prompt. Obviously, we already watched the video together, but after you've taken a look at the website and reviewed everything, we recommend finding this button, which is on the build, plan and build page on the website to actually download the Net Zero Austin world. Once you've downloaded that and gotten familiar with that, we've also provided the logo here in case you'd like to use for any other activity or project related to the Net Zero Austin Challenge. We're really excited for the custom logo, as you can probably see on our background here. So yeah, you're able to leverage and use that as well. Next slide, Aria. The next asset that we've provided for you is actually a rubric that's been identified by the panel of judges who will be reviewing submissions. And I would encourage you to have your students to review the rubric individually or in the groups that they plan to do the challenge with. As a reminder, they can work individually or in groups of up to 5. But I would encourage you as an educator or you students to review the rubric so you have some context as to what the judges will be looking for throughout the challenge. So the submissions will be created based on the 3 main ideas here. Number 1, which is shown on this slide, is environmental perspective and influence change. And then on the next slide is number 2, demonstrating creativity, curiosity, and self-confidence. And then number 3 is incredible Minecraft. So how do you design your solution in Minecraft? And the judges will be identifying entries that are good, better, or brilliant using these criteria. This rubric can also be found on the webpage that we keep referencing. So I would encourage you to dive in and read all the different categories for these 3 main ideas. Then the most brilliant ideas will be highlighted at the Stockholm Plus 50 event in June, as Aria and Howard mentioned earlier. Next slide, please. The last resource that I would love to touch on is actually the student guide. So there is a student resource and planning guide for your students to use and fill out when preparing for this challenge. All right, if you can pop to the next slide. I think there's some screenshots of the student guide. Awesome. Oh, there we go. Thanks. So yeah, this can also be found on the Net Zero Challenge page, but this guide will walk the students through what they will encounter in the Austin world, which experts and significant places they will see on their journey, as well as ask them impactful questions and get them to critically think about their build based on what they learned from the research and external resources that they read in the planning phase. And those external resources, as Aria mentioned, will be linked in game from those non-player characters, as well as are on the webpage for your students to leverage. And we really hope these resources help you in, so whether you're supporting your students throughout the Net Zero Austin Challenge, or students for you, whether you are doing and participating in the challenge yourself. We look forward to seeing all the wonderful, creative, and sustainable solutions that the students of Austin create. And that now we will take any questions, and we're happy to answer them if you have them. Feel free to pop them in the Q&A, but we're really, really excited to see everything you create. Thank you.
So there was one question early on, and it was the how do you install Minecraft question. And so we've been referring to the website. I tell you what, I'm going to pop right over real quick. I'm going to share my screen, hopefully. Oh, sorry, it takes so long. So on the district website, when you go to netzero at austinisd.org, it's going to take you to a Minecraft homepage, this Minecraft homepage. Do recognize also, as much as possible, we have duplicated everything in Spanish as well. So there will be duplicates of these pages. And over on the left side here, you will see Minecraft and Screencastify install. If you were to click on that link, this is information that is open to students. It's on our public website, and this can show you by video for each of the different tools how to install Minecraft. So this information is out there. The teachers, the ServiceNow tickets can help students and teachers install this as needed also. So installing, one way to get those directions are right there from that install link right there. And while we're here, the plan and build page, it's going to have, as Morgan said, there's the world that I can download, but as well as a lot of resources here. And I do want to point out one resource is, excuse me, student directions for using Mac and VIA. This is a resource that every student has access to for doing research. It has very good high-level research for secondary students as well. So we do want to point that out. This document will show you how to get into Mac and VIA on your through the portal with your district account. The QA button is up in the menu. The Q&A button is up there. You can click on that and ask another question. There were not a lot of questions. I will say also, Aria and Morgan were saying that, Howard was helping them. There was a team of AISD staff from curriculum departments, the gift and talent department. A lot of the departments were putting in a lot of support with this. So it was a team effort on our side that worked collaboratively with this wonderful Minecraft education team as well. So I do not see any questions popping up. Staff I think it was sent out to staff through the Principals Weekly. There is a Minecraft Teams, Microsoft Teams channel that staff can join and ask more questions, or you can reach out to me, howard.martin@Austin ISD, and I will help get staff connected with that as well. I don't see any other questions. Last words, Aria and Morgan.
I was just going to jump in and say the challenge dates are also on the website. I think we mentioned it earlier once, but the challenge opens today, and then students will have until May 13th to submit. So a little over 5 weeks, a little over a month. So yeah, I think we mentioned 11th and 13th. Wanted to clarify that. May 13th is when submissions are due. So we're really, really excited, and thank you in advance for participating.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us here. If there's any support we can provide educators throughout the challenge window, we're always open. So I'm sure we'll work closely with Howard to get connected with classrooms who want us to stop by or pop in and share more about the challenge, or even if students want to meet folks from the Minecraft team, we can help organize that too. Yeah, we're thrilled for your students. We hope you all have fun. This challenge is supposed to spark the imagination of students in reimagining a city that they live in. And so we can't wait to see their solutions at the end of this.
Fantastic. I do appreciate that. Teachers, I just realized you will be getting a Blend Global announcement that has more of this information about Minecraft. It has a link to the Microsoft Teams channel that you will see there. As far as a teacher wanting to help their students that knows nothing about Minecraft, that is absolutely okay. There's a lot of support out there. Most of this will be done by the students independently. The team was telling me that some districts, they chose to have, some schools had an after-school club set up just for kids that could work on this together. There is support on the district page here that has videos that show students how they can join each other's world while they're at home outside of the network. So there's a lot of support here. Teachers, all you really have to do, or staff, is submit the video at the very end. Students will not be submitting. It will take a staff member to submit, and then that staff member, that sponsor, will be in charge of basically communicating with the teams. And that this is at the very end of the year. We won't have the best way to reach out to students themselves, and so the staff sponsor will be letting the kids know if they were finalists and all of the results in that way. So thank you very much for your time today. This video will be online. Feel free to share it with the students, with parents that you'll be working with, and y'all have a fantastic week.